quick before we do get into the video, I know y'all see that hats, they're finally on sale. I got the hats, I got the t-shirts, black, I got white. I'm not gonna get copyrighted. I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna get copywritten. Hey, but you know what? If you do want one of the hats or one of the shirts, it's gonna be the first link in the description. Check it out, support your boy and everything like that. And let's get into the video. What's up? My name is Devin, also go by Infinite or Proud by Infinite. And today I'm gonna show y'all how I make simple Baby Stone Gorilla type beats. Let's get it. So as some of y'all might know, I already had a song drop with Baby Stone Gorillas where they had one of my melodies features on their album. And I also got a couple songs with them in the cuts. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting these songs placed with these artists. So I'm like, let me just do a tutorial on how I make beats in that style. You feel me? All right, so the first thing that I started off with was this electric piano right here. Very, very simple. All you see is that it's just two chords. You know what I mean? This and that. And then there's like a couple little notes just to make like a little bit more bounce, make it a little bit more interesting and everything like that. And this melody right here is really like the backbone for the whole beat. You have to remember, they have a lot of people rapping on these beats. They have like 4, 5, 20. They're like the Wu-Tang of the West. No, that's too far. But they be having like mad people like rap on their beats, you know what I mean? So you got to make sure you got like room for the artist so they can just switch off and boom bop bop whenever they want to. So I like to keep them very, very simple and nothing too crazy. And then I accompanied that with this vocal right here, arcade hooks, not ready yet, you feel me? And then did this right here. You know what I mean? Just to keep it kind of interesting, you feel me? Because like if you look at like the hook, this is like where the hook is right here. You know what I mean? I left it only for the B section of the hook, like the second half of it, just so it adds a little bit more variety. And when it comes to simple beats, I really like to make sure I'm changing things up like every 4 to 8 bars, just because, you know what I mean? If it's simple, it can get repetitive really easy. So if you make a lot of changes, that's what's going to keep it interesting. Then on top of that, I use this little stab right here. You know what I mean? Shout out Junior. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is still his Instagram @. I'll have to double check that because he changes his Instagram @ like every 2 months. But I mean, shout out to him. He has a cool little drum kit. It's called the EBK plus Sac Mob drum kit by Junior, produced it. I use quite a few sounds in this beat from it, so shout out to him. And then this is what the melody sound like all together. As you can see, the melody is very simple and it's very achievable as well. This is not one of the melodies where you need to learn like so many advanced chords and music theory and everything like that. This is something that everybody could really do. I feel like whenever you're doing like an LA beat, people always go for like the claps or the snaps. So just to be a little bit different, I went with like a little rim shot right here. Then this is probably like the most complicated part of the beat right here. It's like the hi-hats and everything like that. But as you can see, it's still pretty simple. You feel me? Like I really wanted to leave a lot of room, make everything really simple, really easy to rap on. You feel me? This is the hi-hat pattern that I made. All right, now let me tell y'all like the secret for like making these bouncy hi-hat patterns. You want to make sure that you're doing rolls before like another sound hits. So as you can see, like right here, this is where like a rim shot would hit. You know what I mean? So I make sure I put a little roll right before it. Or like, let's say like on the 3, we usually put like a kick or something like that. I'll put a little roll before that. If you make these hi-hat rolls and you put them in front of other sounds, it kind of becomes like a little combination. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing Street Fighter, you ain't just gonna hit the you know what I mean? You're gonna hit the bop bop. Yeah, you feel me? So like when you do all these sounds, you put them together, you know what I mean? Make sure that they're kind of like rolling into each other, making like these little combos and everything like that. Then I added just a couple like little percussion sounds just to add like some flavor throughout the beat, make it a little bit unique. Then got this little open hat from Exclusive Made It. Got a little stomp just for accents and everything like that. I really only put it on the 1 and the 3. And then for the sounds, last but not least, I got the 808. So this is from Exclusive Volume 2 drum kit, I want to say. You know what I mean? And then I just kind of like followed the root notes. And then if I went outside of the root notes, I just went into other notes that I use within the chord progression. This is the 808 pattern right here. And then after that, I really just arranged everything. So let me show y'all how I do my arrangement for simple beats. So if I have like a more complex beat with like a lot of different like melody layers and everything like that, you can get away with doing like an 8-bar intro with just melody. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like the more simple stuff where you really only have like 1, 2, 3, 2.5 really sounds, like I like doing like a real like different type of 8-bar intro, or I'll just keep it to a 4-bar intro. But for this one, I just chose the 8-bar intro because I know a lot of rappers like an 8-bar intro because it gives them time to like come into the song and everything like that. So what I did was like a little reverb intro right here, just make it sound real interesting and everything like that. This is how I did it on this beat. I went into RC20, I did the magnitude transition 1, and then I also brought up an EQ, and I just kind of ducked the lows a little bit because I feel like when you do start putting like the reverb and like the blah 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 all up on the master and everything, it kind of gets a little bit muddy with the 808. So I like just like toning it down a little bit, just turn it down a little bit, you know what I mean, just so it sounds a little bit cleaner. And then I'll just make automation clips. So I'll just right click on the knob, create automation clip, and then I'll just kind of fade it out. So for the arrangement, what I'll do is I'll bring in the whole beat right here. I'll put the little cool effects on it and everything like that. And then I'll have it transition out where it's only the melody. And then we can get into the full beat. And then that's how you could do like an 8-bar intro while still making sure that everything is like interesting and it doesn't get boring too quick. And then after that, I went into the hook. All I did was just put like all the sounds in together at one time, except for these two. I just put it on the second half just so it has like a little bit more variation, just so you kind of always get that feeling of something's changing. Like whenever you're laying out your arrangement, you always want to make sure something's changing like 4 to 8 bars, like every 4 to 8 bars. And then we went into the verse right here. For the hook, I like to do 8 bars. For the verse, I like to do 16, so twice as long as the hook. I started like taking out sounds here and there. There wasn't really any type of rhyme or reason to it. I just like took out sounds to how I liked it. Y'all can do the same thing. Just make sure you don't lose too much energy when you're transitioning from the hook to the verse. I've seen people do that and they kind of just like lose all the momentum in the beat. And then I just kept on doing things like that, like every 4 bars, just like changing something up, making it a little bit different and everything like that. And then for the very last bar, I just did like this little 2-hit right here, where all I did was just take the hook, I copied it over, and then I just like made it like really short. And I just did like a little 2-hit before it goes into it. I put the riser right before the hit. You know what I mean? It just makes like a cool like little transition back into the hook, keeping everything interesting. Like I said before many times in this video, if you got like a really simple beat, you need to make sure you come in extra on the arrangement, you know what I mean, and the drops and everything like that, so you keep it interesting. And you know what? That's the beat for the most part, man. So with that being said, my name is Devin, also by Infinite or Proud by Infinite. If you want the hats, first link in the description. And yeah, peace out. Deuces, bro.